Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading. My name is MK and this is a timeless reading for Pisces, for anybody with dominant or important Pisces influences in their chart or cross watchers. Even if you're a cross watcher, the reading could still be for you. And it's timeless, so it's for whenever you find it, and if it resonates, then it's probably for you at that particular time. I've done a reading for you with 4 decks, with the Animal Oracle, the Animal Spirit Oracles, the Zen Tarot Osho, the Good Tarot, and the Light Seer's Tarot. And we start out with these 2 energies, with the Inner Voice and the 8 of Cups. This was an earlier time in your life. This was a beginning point that started this journey that we're gonna touch upon today. It's something. You walked away from something. You walked away from something in your life and you started asking a lot of questions. Or vice versa. I don't know which order it came in your life, but certainly these 2 came together. You walked away from something and asked a lot of inner questions. A question to yourself, to God, to your soul, to whatever is your guidance, to life. Maybe you just decided that you were gonna find some inner answers to something that was very important to you. And this decision that you made, or these questions that you started asking, and the fact that you walked away from something that was important to you, started a journey that has been quite a bit, probably longer than you thought it would be. And the answer, it turned out, was not simple to the questions you were asking. This is not a simple answer. This is a very intricate, complex answer, and it's been taking a long time for it to unfold. And so to illustrate it, I was looking to draw cards to tell me the crux of the story in 3 cards. But instead, 6 cards came out to tell a very long story, and none of them actually really were clarifying each other. They were all steps on the journey. So I have a much bigger reading than I thought I would have, and excuse me, I feel like this is mirroring your process. You're getting a lot more than you bargained for. One of the first things that comes in is actually a guidance. So the guidance and the message of water come in after you've been walking away from something and asking deep questions. Guidance does come in to answer some of these questions. And I don't know if you felt like you got the answer as such, but you did start being led, for sure. Like, guidance heard your call and came in and was like, okay, let's start showing you the way. And what it started showing you the way to was something much bigger than what you thought you'd been asking for. I think that in hindsight, you might realize that what you did ask for was immense, like would demand something really intense and I guess divine, and also much more powerful in a way than you. But I don't think you realized it exactly at the time. But something much bigger than what you thought is coming in. The way I see this card today is that you might have been asking for something you thought was it was important, it was big, but you didn't know that it would shake the universe. So I actually feel like this is your soul coming in, and and this is you, or this is your dream, but certainly you again, you got more than you bargained for. A lot started coming in, and as a result of that, a Tower moment. The Tower comes in with Justice card, so big major energies that come in and make something collapse. And the collapse could have been, this is in the past for sure, you already know that this happened. The collapse could have been a mental, emotional collapse. It could have been things in your life. It could have been all of it at the same time. But the scales had to be balanced, and for them to be balanced, something had to be broken down, which is rarely a comfortable experience, but it is what happens when this type of energy takes over. It's kind of like your soul took the wheel. You might not have known that would be the consequence of what you were asking for. I don't think you did. You wanted something other, something more maybe satisfying, something truer, something more connected and creational perhaps, and you didn't know that what that would entail was that you as such would be broken down, and your soul would become the master of this lifetime of yours. But that is what is asking to happen. So big change occurred, and a balancing of a lot of energies that you might not have known they were out of whack, and a balancing of energies you don't know are out of whack is also a really scary, probably, and uncomfortable experience, because it shifts a lot of things inside of you, and maybe you've been trying to balance all of that for a while. So this leads to this state of creativity, which this is one of my favorite cards in the deck. I love it so much. It's just even the concept of creativity, and I would imagine as a Pisces you love it too. But it comes out clarified by these two energies, so the King of Earth and the Five of Pentacles. So the way I see it, these two should be opposites, really. It should be about, this one is fulfilled and this one is in a lack mentality. And that could have been a part of your journey to try to find a creative, this is being actually creative with you, with how your mental patterns work, with your emotional life, with how your life is. So it could be you trying to harmonize. Now we were talking about the things that are out of scale. Your lack mindset with your abundance mindset, they might not completely fit. Like there might be weird places where you have a lot of feelings of lack, and then other places where you feel like you really got it made, and it's not balanced. Like if this was one side of the scale and this was the other side of the scale would be completely not in balance. Like these two energies do not match. Like this one has a lot of authority and kind of like panache, is that the word, to it. It certainly, this is a king, you know. A part of you did make you must have created quite a lot of abundance in some areas of your life, and then other areas just didn't follow. Like this child was not really picked up, and you might have forgotten a little bit about it because a lot of other things were going quite well. But now, as justice comes in, you can't hide that for yourself anymore. It's not, this shines a light on everything, on every imbalance in your life, certainly and especially the big imbalances. And as it turns out, with regards to your creativity, in one way you feel like you have an abundant creativity, and in other ways you feel like you're shut out from it, like you lost your muse, like there's not enough, like you're not good enough. And so you're trying to balance these two. And this could also be a bigger issue in your life as such. This could be you being creative with any area of your life, trying to, it could be about creativity, right? That creativity doesn't flow as it should. But it could also be you being creative about your life in every way where there is imbalance between having enough and not at all having enough, like being in a complete state of lack and poverty. This could also be about love and friendships, or career, or home, money, all, wherever there was a big imbalance, it could not be hidden anymore. You've been having to deal with it. So this brought you in to a deeper contemplation that adjacent probably to a dark night of the soul. It might have been the dark night of the soul, because this is actually in this deck, this is an incredibly positive card, of course, because it's a Zen tarot deck and it speaks about consciousness. However, I never see this positive. It's so dark. It's almost black. So this is always, to me, this is kind of a dark night of the soul. It's a searching, but not really being in the light. And then you trying with all of your might and all that you have, your tools, let's say, all your spiritual tools and everything you have in your toolbox, you're trying to keep the darkness at bay, to keep the negative energies away, so that you can go through this period of your life. And this cannot have been easy. You might still be in this, you might still be also in this, you might still be working these things out. And you also might still be here, but you also might still be on your way out of this, which I feel is more likely. More likely. You have been strengthening your spiritual power, your ability to keep the darkness away, to keep the darkness at bay, and to shine a light around you, and to stay at peace no matter what is happening, even inside of you but also outside of you. So it's been a journey that has required a lot of focus. So if some other areas of your life have been maybe a little neglected, and you haven't had your full energy to maybe deal with other things in your life, no wonder, because this would take almost all of you to this is quite a feat, to be standing in this much spiritual darkness, let's say, trying to find your way in that, and then conjuring this. Very, very beautiful. And you've been doing well. You've been going through this beautifully. And where this leads you is into this state. So you having been able to go through darkness and still create light around you is gonna create quite a lot more extra light around you. The world is gonna come in with light and friendliness and beauty and community and love. Like you will be surrounded with love and with care, beauty, and friendships. I really have a lot of friendship vibe with this. A lot of your friends they might not have been a part of this last part of it might not have been a part of any part of the journey, because it looks like a very personal inner journey. But that is gonna blossom. This is the thing that is blossoming in your life now. This is going to blossom if it hasn't already started. It's about to, because this is the new phase, and what's striking me about this is that this is the answer. You were asking questions and walked away from something. And here's the answer. So the answer is about kind of like it's about an openness. This looks a little bit to me like a spiritual, either a spring or a maturing, but it is like an opening into blossoming, and it's like the world is opening up to you. You might have found, maybe you healed this lack mindset inside of you, and healing that opens up to abundance. It opens up to light and love and community, to friendliness, to non-judgmental experience of friendship and the world, and then a new beginning. The seed to whatever it was that you were asking for comes in with this. This is more like a lightness of being. It's very grounded, but it's harmonious. It's connected with everything. It's a very Pisces card in that way, and that brings in a new beginning. The new beginning you were waiting for, and that you ended up taking quite the journey to arrive to. And then action. The Chariot comes out. So finally movement, finally momentum. So the journey has been long, and it comes in very soft. The answer comes in very softly. You might not immediately recognize it. You might just feel like your life starts becoming a little lighter, more beautiful, with more people in it. And you might not completely know that this is your new beginning, or that a seed is forming out of this, until this arrives, which it does. This is on the horizon within long. The Chariot arrives. And with it comes out the 2 of Earth and the 3 of Water as the 2 last cards of this reading. Which I see as very, very flowy, connected cards. It's like the 2 creatures in this card are moved by divine inspiration and divine flow, divine lightness. So I see you turning into this being that is being moved by divine flow and inspiration, but not being moved as in a tower moment or these other things that you've already tried, but being moved in with magic, being moved with flow states. They look very, very harmonious to me. So I feel that whatever you were asking for is showing up in these two cards in how you let divinity flow through you. That's really the answer. How much divinity can flow through you and move you. Because that's just going to create flow and magic and community. And it will all be under the umbrella of incredible beauty and lushness and this openness to the world. And you've had to have a period that might have been quite hermit-like, where you had to close in on yourself in order to deal with the change. It doesn't seem like negative influences were at play, but you just really needed to focus to get through this. And now the next thing that will happen is that you'll be arriving at this space of much more lightness of being, and ease of blossoming and magic flowing through you. So let's end on an animal oracle card here at the end and see what the animal spirits have to say. So this one is the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So it seems like you were looking for something that was very important to you. You walked away from something because you believed that it would be possible to have more, to live in a way that was more authentic to you. And you might have somewhere along the way thought, okay, maybe there is no such thing, or maybe I can't, if there is, I can't reach it because this process is taking forever and maybe it's not going to go anywhere. But this seems to come in to say, no, it is there. Believe in it still, because it is what all of this is about. It is about bringing you to what you love the most. So don't leave it behind. Don't give up. Stay on track to believing that this is about getting you to what you love the most. And I just drew an extra, the last one, which is so Pisces, it's perfection. Starfish spirit, open to infinite possibility. So you will return to your magic. In a new and much more expansive form, which was probably what you wanted to do. Like that was your movement to enhance your magic, as it should be. This is what Pisces does. Goes through these changes to come out with more magic in the end every time. And maybe this one was a little more harrowing and longer than you thought it would be. But then, of course, it's going to bring you to the big kahuna. So that was your reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated. Thanks for being here, and come back next time.